This is my third time recording this, a post-game video. The Minnesota Vikings start off 1-0 after beating the New York Football Giants 28-6. Starting off 1-0, like I said. Pretty convincing win on all three phases. Very nice to have a nice, relaxing win as a Vikings fan for the first time in ever, and for maybe the last time in ever. Always nice to win against a conference opponent on the road. I kind of came into it thinking it was going to be hopefully a win. You never know with the Vikings. You never know with week ones how they go. Last year I thought they'd win pretty easily against Tampa Bay. They didn't. Tampa Bay went on to make the playoffs and win a playoff game. But this game, I'm honestly a bit more optimistic coming out of it than I was going into it. I get it's the Giants. I get Daniel Jones, and I get, I thought they'd win. Like I said, I didn't really care how much they won by. It's awesome winning by 22, but it's how those three phases look, and I think Sam Darnold made a couple throws that were pretty impressive to me. The one to Justin Jefferson on the sideline, just a nice ball that dropped into the basket. The one to Jalen Naylor, I thought that play design was very good by Kevin O'Connell. I think this whole game, this whole offseason, this whole preseason, everything leading up to this game, I think has been amazing leadership culture by Kevin O'Connell. I mean, they were dealt such a bad hand coming into it that I think it's very impressive that with all the outside noise, basically from last game last year against the Lions, coming into it and performing the way they did in this game gives me a lot of hope for the future of him and whatever happens to this team. But let's go into the game now, the team. Sam Darnold, 19 for 24, 208 passing yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick, which, I haven't seen the all-22, I haven't seen the alternate angle on where he was throwing that to. Arm got hit by Dexter Lawrence. Trent Sherfield laid on it, couldn't knock it down, couldn't catch it. That is what it is. Game was, already probably out of reach. I think that was late third quarter at that point. So we'll start with the offense as well, and then get to the top talking point of this game, I would assume, the defense. Aaron Jones, 14 carries, 94 yards, touchdown, along with two catches for 15 yards. Aaron Jones had everything that you would have hoped for, and probably more. I was honestly more impressed, and I've been a huge Aaron Jones fan from the outside, even though he was with the Packers. He was always one of my favorite guys to watch. And I thought last year in the playoffs he was amazing. I'm glad he's on the Vikings. I mean, he's one of my favorites in the league, and now probably is my favorite since he's on my favorite team. But yeah, everything I'd hope for more. And the split carries with Ty Chandler. Ty, I don't know if he got a fair share. I mean, I don't know. I haven't in lifetime. It was his carries were a lot more, I think. In a congested box, he went 8 carries for 17 yards, no touchdowns, 3 catches, 25 yards, which is pretty good. Glad he was able to catch the ball when thrown at him. I mean, some of Ty Chandler's stuff, just watching live view, can't see it all, was dances. He was dancing quite a bit behind the line of scrimmage and then goes, and that's, it's fine because he's getting about 3 yards a carry. But only averaged 2.1 yards a carry in this game. Aaron Jones with 6.7 average yards in this game is insane. That's insane. Especially, I mean, for Viking, it's not like crazy numbers. But for what the Vikings have had under Kevin O'Connell's regime and leadership, they have not been able to run the ball, even with Dalvin Cook and how great Dalvin Cook has been in the past. Got him on the tail end of it. And last year, they had no running game. So, pretty impressed with the running game. Kevin O'Connell talked all offseason about how improved he hopes it would be and how much emphasis is going to be on the run game this whole year, not just this game, hopefully. 111 rushing yards as a team. Darnold really didn't run as well, which I think could be a factor in next week's game against the Niners. Potentially, we'll get there. But yeah, you talk all offseason about fixing the run game. This is how you do it. Week 1, you show it. I mean, it's 94 yards, but the first touchdown of the year went to a rushing touchdown. Last year, it took Cam Akers until the Falcons game was the first one. I can't even remember when the first rushing touchdown. It took him like 8 weeks to get a rushing touchdown in. We get it in the first game here. First carry, or first touchdown is that. So, second touchdown was Justin Jefferson on the slant. Love going for it there. Ballsy, as some would say. Jefferson, I mean, that's just a tough catch. I'm watching it, and I'm like, how many other guys would you trust to just throw it into that tight window on a slant with a guy dragged all over his back, and you just know he's going to catch it. He's just that good. I'm so glad he's on my team for the next 4 or 5 years. 4 receptions, 59 yards, and a touchdown with that 44-yard catch. Beautiful ball by Darnold. Like I said, when he threw it, I shocked, my mouth open. I audibly said, "Wow, look at this guy." Addison dinged up, hurt his other ankle. O'Connell said he's hoping it's a short term. They haven't gotten diagnosis yet on that, but he was ruled out in a game that was out of reach. I am not really taking the how fast he was ruled out as a severity test. It could be. I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but 3 catches, 35 yards. He made a couple really good catches on those first couple drives. Leaping up, getting the first down. Josh Oliver with a couple catches. He made the post route by Darnold, I think, on that first touchdown drive. Great ball by Darnold. Again, that was another one that was kind of, oh, okay, he can hit this. And Speedy with the touchdowns. That great play design by Kevin O'Connell on that one. Speedy on the fake Justin Jefferson screen to the end zone. Great ball again. Great play design. Great catch. Everything will take it. That might be it on offense. I mean, C.J. Ham, first possession, fumble. You can tell right away with the bobble. Hands on the head. I'm saying no, just drop it. He did end up dropping it to the other team. Fumble by C.J. Ham. It is what it is. They were able to rebound. Defense, again, we'll get to defense right here. Defense was able to hold them to 3 there, which was massive. Kind of the define of the game. Holding them to 3 right there really set the tone, really set what you kind of would expect from this team. Defensively, Harrison Smith, kind of the game-sealing pick there. Daniel Jones, I don't know a lot of what he was seeing in this game. I'm sure Giants fans are asking the same thing. Giants coaches, Giants front office. After watching Hard Knocks in this offseason, it was kind of obvious they did not trust him to be their starting quarterback. Well, now they're stuck with him, so enjoy that one. Defensively, I think player of the game, Andrew Van Ginkel, the pick 6. Maybe you could argue the tide was a little shifting. It was 21-6. I think that was after. Or no, that was, they burned 2 timeouts, and then Darnold. I don't know if that was a 4th down or if that was a 3rd down. They didn't get, but they burned 2 timeouts on that drive. Ended up not getting another first down out of that drive, and I can't recall if that was a 3rd or 4th down. I'm sure people know. I believe it was 4th and 5, 3rd and 5, one of those. And then Van Ginkel picks it. Game was over at that point, which was very, very cool. Ginkel, same play he made in Miami against Washington. That was, great way to cap off an excellent game for Van Ginkel in his first game as a Viking. Didn't play at all in the preseason. And the staff raved about him all offseason, all preseason. They raved about him, and he shows why. I think that quad group of Patrick Jones, Jonathan Grenard, Andrew Van Ginkel, and Dallas Turner were very good in this game. And again, it's the Giants. New York said to revamp their offensive line, put a lot of emphasis in getting better players in the offensive line. they ended up the game with 5 sacks, 2 for Patrick Jones, 1 with Dallas Turner, who I'm blanking on for no reason because the kid's going to be a star. 1 for Van Gink and 1 for Harrison Phillips. I'm trying to remember that one. Again, great defensive game for the line. So much emphasis went into the defensive side of the ball in the offseason, and it needed to. You saw what Brian Flores was able to do last year with pins and needles. Best player down the stretch was probably rookie Ivan Pace, who thought again had a pretty good game on the defensive side, made a penalty on special teams, but it is what it is. I'm not the coach there, so it's not my job to be mad at that. Yeah, just kind of looking at everything. 5 tackles, 2 picks, and a touchdown on the defense. Amazing game. If you picked him up in fantasy, great. I didn't. I should have. Oh well. Learn from that. Make Brock Purdy see ghosts again with Cam Bynum out there. I just was very happy with 3 phases. Will Reichard, that cannot be mistaken. Every extra point, right down the middle. How many times have I had to worry about Greg Joseph kicking an extra point, man? That just shouldn't be the norm. And I'm glad, hopefully, it's not going to be the norm with Will Reichard, leading scorer in college football history. And, very impressed game 1. A lot to build on. Don't get too high, don't get too low. You know how it goes. Week 2, San Francisco, Houston, Green Bay without Jordan Love, most likely, unless they rush him back. Don't think they would do that, especially play on Lambeau turf. Grass, terrible. But it's the Vikings-Packers rivalry in Lambeau, right? You can steal one of these next 2, going to Lambeau. Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. I'm excited to see. Excited to talk about this team. I'm excited to, do more with this team this year. Follow it closely and talk about it. If you guys like this, want to subscribe, come along with the Vikings journey. JJ McCarthy jersey, the future. Disappointed we didn't get to see him this year, but it'll wait. The best things come to those that wait. And Vikings fans have been waiting a long time. Too long, maybe some would say. I'm excited for this team. It's always going to be fun to watch. Whether they win or they lose, you're going to watch. And I'm going to watch, and I'm going to get in there. My hair's going to be gray by the end of this. I'm going to be losing hair. I love this team. I love this coaching staff. This was a great way to start the year. 1-0. Skol.